现在是巴黎时间晚上才8、9点。然后虽然当地人说这不是吃生蚝吃好的季节，但是出于对生蚝狂热的习惯，我还是坚持要吃。
You just enjoy. I will go to work. Bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
Fashion designer from New York, and he does a lot of stuff about faces and expression and everything, and it's really amazing what he does, and it's like coming straight from his mind, so it's really pure. The brand name is Patrick Church.
现在在布鲁克林区，然后来拜访一位我们在巴黎刚认识的设计师品牌，叫 Patrick Church。Hi Patrick Church.
How are you?
I have to call Patrick Church to sound like very official.
Yeah.
So how are you?
I'm good. How are
Yeah,
you?
you are very casual today, so it's totally different from what we see you in Paris.
When I'm working, I normally dress more casual. It's like a character that I can dip into and out of, but when I'm working, I need to be really comfortable because I'm painting a lot and it's a lot of mess.
Yeah,
I feel like I have a little bit of color today.
Yeah, of course. You are full of color already.
Yeah, it depends on my mood. Like I always dress for my mood. So like sometimes I change outfits like 3 times a day. It depends.
What's your mood today?
My mood today is get everything done.
You just quickly go through with all your collections, your inspiration, everything.
Yeah. So, I mean, everything started with my artwork, which is like all over the walls, as you can see. So I was a painter. I consider myself an artist, like a painter first and foremost, and the fashion came later. So everything started with when I moved here and I didn't really know what to do, so I decided to paint on some leather jackets, and everything kind of went from the leather jacket, which is like our signature product, or painting on any sort of leather. It's fun to sort of like be playful when I'm making work and be whimsical and just try new things.
You know, like there are many underground artists doing creation all the time. Can you just share some information? So how did you get it out there? We saw Christina Aguilera was wearing it on Instagram.
I don't really know. It's just sort of like naturally evolved and happened. It's been like a really organic process. I'm lucky to have like good people around me that like help me and like bounce ideas back and forth with, because I feel like it's always good to listen to other people and like other people's advice. This is our printed collection. We've done 2. So this is, some of these they're mixed. So these pajamas were the first things we produced.
Look at this.
I know, the details are so amazing. Everything's made in Portugal. I make stuff, I design from a kind of like a selfish point of view, because I make stuff that I want to wear that I can't really find.
And how did you make it? Like normally with big prints, very bold, sometimes easy to go cheap.
Yeah.
But for you, like
it's all about
it looks even high end, high street. You know,
it has to look. I wasn't going to print unless it was going to be amazing.
Yeah.
So It's all about keeping very small quantities of things. We did have a lot of samples made first because we need it to be perfect. This one is the one I made for my husband.
Wow.
And it's 8 years old now. He's like my other pair of like eyes and hands. Like we're very much together and involved.
Oh, look at him. He just like give you a...
He's on, and like inspiration like behind all my work is normally fueled by love and like having him and like the experiences we've had together is so special, and they really like propelled my work and like personally, emotionally, I don't know, in every way. So it's really special.
We dated for maybe 2 months, and then I invited him to move from England to New York. He never went home. We got married very quickly, which is nice and romantic. But in that time, I would go to work, and I would come home and he would just paint on all of my clothes. And it was initially something very shocking. But just to know that every day he had to paint and he had to do something, whether he was painting on furniture or my clothes, which I've saved for, you know, a decade. My favorite leather jacket is now one of his samples. It was the first thing I ever bought. It was the first expensive thing I ever bought. I think the future of his brand is allowing him to express himself in whatever way he wants to. And if that means limited collections, or we move towards doing drops, or I'm not sure, but the future is very bright for that picture, for sure.
Sunday always comes too late. Friday never hesitates. I don't care if Monday's black. Tuesday, Wednesday, hard to tell. Thursday, never looking back. It's Friday, I'm in love.
Tell us an unforgettable big breakthrough of your collection.
Probably like the collection being bought by maybe I think Ceremony, or seeing it like on some celebrities was really crazy for me. Yeah, I feel like it's definitely I can't imagine not doing it. It's so instinctive to me to do it. Like I don't feel like I'm working when I'm working because it's the only thing I know how to do, and like I love doing it.
Always comes too late. Friday.
微信、微博、Instagram 关注 FashionReal， 留言告诉我们本期打动你的瞬间。